Hey, what's up everyone? This video right here is very informative for those that aren't aware of what's going on. It will be done by 2030 is the title of the video. I'm thinking of actually doing a re-upload of this myself. Screen recording it and re-uploading it. They are targeting the young. Of course, in essence, they're targeting everyone, but they're programming and conditioning the young and targeting young people. So, what we're heading into, even the bills written by Clinton and Obama, even those bills written then, and President Trump is even being forced into kind of thinking it's all good. 5G, pushing 5G, and implementing everywhere millisecond technology that works within milliseconds, fractions of a millisecond. Instant communication and connection, no delay. But then that also paves the way for enabling this system. Enabling this system that controls us. Now, what I see is exactly what this video was talking about. And that image right here, that image is it's very similar to what we see in the paintings of God reaching out to humans. This is humans reaching out to artificial intelligence. In its algorithmic expression, it's reaching toward us exactly as it states here. Now think about what's going on. And they want to do this. Every previous administration did this. But you can't escape it if they have artificial intelligent technology, instant communication at all times, and the network of networks known as the internet will allow them, 5G, microwave transmission, will allow them this instantaneous connection everywhere at all times. They're using it now as a method of convenience, as a way to get people conditioned to it, just as they started with all of these other things and we had to come to accept them. And you think about it, I just wanted to share this. They call it convenience. Really, it's gone as far as it needs to go, if you ask me. But they do it in the name of convenience. And so, what they're doing is in a few years, they want to have instantaneous connection everywhere. Smart cities, the smart grid. And by 2030, begin to have us. Our name's already in there. Our numbers, our information, it's already in there. But have us actually connected to the cloud. And they said they've started getting us used to it by adding artificial intelligence, adding various assistants into our lives to get us used to it being everywhere and communicating with it like they're human. They said, what happens when you start talking to these artificial intelligence devices and things? When you start talking to these artificial intelligent things, you start talking to them as if they're more human, and they start learning you and interacting, and they're getting people used to it. Well, eventually, and by 2030 is when they have it listed, and it ties in with the Sustainable Development Agenda and what Obama, that the previous dark and evil administration, and it has nothing to do with race. What I'm talking about, the previous evil agenda, still in place, oblivious to this current administration. The current administration is oblivious to it. I don't think they don't really. He doesn't really. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, he partially plays into it without realizing, but I don't think he realizes he's done more than what he has the guts to do more and stand up for more than what any other administration has ever been able to do. And that unpredictability is what enemies fear. But moving back to this topic, you have humans connected to artificial intelligence by 2030 and begin to connect us to it. And they make us seem as though we'll be superhuman. prophecy told us that the Antichrist, the system of the Antichrist, the final system, the beast, would make us seem as though we are gods, and basically like a long time ago. And once again telling us, you are a god, or you are God. And what would cause that? They make us seem superhuman. That's what this artificial intelligence will do. You'll know everything, anything and everything, and be able to do any and everything at once. Even move your consciousness through technology. Just as we can view somewhere else, you'll literally be able to move your consciousness and go somewhere else through AI. Think about it. Not just virtual headsets, but having that technology connected to your mind, duplicating your consciousness, copying it, and being able to move your mind somewhere else in this world, or view somewhere else in real time using 5G technology. So the real world that we're in, the world we're in, that we call the real world, will begin to become a blur, almost non-existent. And it sounds like, it sounds great in some aspects, but then scary in others. Because he stated, we no longer become human once we merge ourselves. This transhumanism movement, once we merge ourselves with this technology.
Expression.
When we merge ourselves with this technology, we no longer become human. We are something else. We are part AI. Some people will not want to do this. They're even throwing parties in Europe for people to joining and become and hundreds of thousands of people who are microchipping themselves for convenience, so that they can open doors, use public transportation, vending machines, show licensing and information, show identification through chips, open up doors and start their vehicles, unlock their phone, everything in existence using these microchips inside their body. The next phones, very soon, they're working on will be implantable phones inside your hand and inside your mind through microchips. And by 2030, they begin to merge humans with this artificial intelligent consciousness. Think about the ramifications of this. Whomever controls artificial intelligence will control us, because we are suddenly then a controlled, connected part of that system, and there's no way out. And whatever is in control of this, think of the Antichrist, the final Antichrist, will be in control of you and all the minds, and you're gotten. That's why they're causing people to not be able to live without their devices and connectivity in the Google Cloud now. Who knows, the other day was probably just a test to see what would happen when people lost their connectivity to Google a few days ago. And once they connect people to the cloud, I'm talking actually having your consciousness connected to the cloud, you're then susceptible to control from the artificial intelligence, which is almost like an all-knowing artificial god. And they said they feel that people in the future will worship some sort of artificial intelligence. They even have churches for the artificial intelligence. They even have the artificial intelligence with a manual such as similar to their own Bible. We're the creators to them, and then they're all knowing, and then it's really seemingly just like prophecy foretold. Man is recreating themselves. Man is, in essence, sort of, we're merging with this system. And sadly, it seems to be the beast system. I think it's gone as far as it needs to go. But the elites keep pushing it further. And Clinton and the previous administration really pushed it. They pushed it and they started it. Even though it's been in the plans and in the works for a very long time. Thus you see the predictive programming and things like that. Most of us today can't live without the phone. and internet connectivity, and we're so used to instantaneous constant speed that we, once it lags a bit or goes out, we feel an anxiety. People feel an anxiety attack. People feel anxiety, jitteriness, without their music, without their connectivity to the internet, without their streaming, without their... Some people using social media consistently. I don't use social media all the time. This is my main form of social media so that I can share on YouTube. I'll use Instagram every once in a while. Twitter sometimes. I don't have Facebook. I still don't. I would rather have an anonymous name on it. If you know how to make an anonymous name on there, let me know. That's the only reason why I didn't join Brian McFarlane and Teresa Lynch and all of you on Facebook. And because I don't have it. Every once in a while, I post videos on YouTube, and I use Gmail. I don't have Snapchat. I don't have a Skype account. But people are so used to immersing themselves, and it sounds like, it sounds cool, it sounds awesome, it's like we can immerse ourselves into some kind of a virtual reality, and be wherever we want, whatever we want, and go wherever we want, do whatever we want with no consequences, seemingly no physical consequences, similar to what we do by immersing ourselves in a screen, but yet actually in the mind or on the face or whatever, in the eyes or in the mind. And it was like you're really living it instead of just watching it. But it sounds awesome, but then we have augmented reality and virtual reality. All of these things that get us used to all of this. And it's been in the works for a while, but I just wanted to share what happens when you become one with that. When you become one with that artificial intelligence, you are a part of it, and you are seemingly controlled by whatever controls it all. And at that time, that sounds like the system of the beast. And the Antichrist, final Antichrist, will probably control it. Some say the Antichrist will be an alien. Some say he'll be artificial intelligence. Some say human. Some say some sort of a, interdimensional being that appears. Some say various explanations. And we'll just have to see. But I do know that this technological advancement of artificial intelligence and transhumanism movement and merging with this system, it's happening. And that 2030 agenda is still in the works. And I say 2032 to 33 will be a huge pivotal point. Maybe even in between, maybe even by then be in the middle of the 7-year tribulation. I don't know. But I say by 2030 we'll see. And 2032 to 33 we'll definitely see prophecy. But anyway, that's my idea, my theory. But when you look at all of this, you see it playing out, but not enough people are paying attention to it. It's gone as far as it needs to go. We don't need it any better. Not really. Anyway, peace and much love. That's all I've got to state for this video. I'll post a link below to this video here, where you can check it out for yourself. I'll copy the link. And that's all for now. Please feel free to support if you like my content, and if you want to show your love and support through a donation, my PayPal link is below. I would greatly appreciate it, and it would help out a lot, so I can continue doing what I love and be able to do this more often. I love you all so much. Peace and much love. Spaced Out Productions signing out. Stay awake and stay aware, everyone. Because I believe if we hadn't have advanced technologically, we would be spiritually advancing more. But that's my take on this. Peace and much love. May the Lord bless us. Signing out.